Welcome to the map Forts of Ice in BFME1 on the page 2.22, a game which was played in the BFME1 online battle arena, which you can also join by downloading the BFME launcher from the description down below. And it's a great matchup too. We have the blue Gondor player Butterfly and his opponent the ROHAN player Raptor X. It's a revenge matchup from Theoden for the West Fort. The peasants are moving from the top side, and also the hobbit is going to join with them. So it's going to be 2 peasants plus the hobbit push. It's something we don't normally see very often. Usually they use the hobbit to capture the outer settlement, but that's a new strategy. Let's see if this is going to work out. The host of this game is also the ROHAN player, which is actually quite meaningful when it comes to micro with the hobbit. Okay? So, but in a 2v2 situation without the help of the hobbit, of course, the soldiers are going to be stronger compared to the peasants. But remember, ROHAN is easily able to outspam ROHAN quite hard. I mean, to outspam Gondor quite hard by recruiting more and more peasants. And there are going to be at least 1 more peasant from the middle and 1 more peasant from the bottom side. So Gondor player was able to win this battle without, he also used the heal. Now we have a fight between the hobbit Mary and the hobbit Pippin. Hit and run. Micro. It's very hard to fight against them. Oh my god, the hobbit is gonna be dangerous. And 1 more peasant was able to make it through, but there is gonna be yet another one. So it looks like you wanna rush the steeple. Gondor is also going for the steeple. Blacksmith farm opening. And maybe he can get at least 1 more, at least to recruit 1 of the knights for the cheap price of the food bonus. This hobbit is keeping the distance, and that's a good thing. The soldier was able to get to level 2. That's amazing, actually. Take this hobbit. Now this hobbit is healed up, back to full HP. Now Mary has to be careful. But there is yet another peasant coming. However, he only recruited 2 more peasants. The hobbit just got level 2. It means he's gonna hit a bit harder. And now the peasants can turn and fight us. Steeple is built up. The first Rohirrim is on his way. The same also goes for the Knight of Gondor. It's a good thing. This hobbit is again low, and the peasants will get the chance to commit. But the builder already started to repair. But I think he won't be able to destroy this farm because the first knight is going to be there already. But he's not going to go for the defense. He's going to go for the offense. The hobbit got this, discloaked again, uncloaked again, and now he's gonna be taken down. That's a good thing. Now this farm is gonna be taken down because Gondor went for the farm for the creep at the bottom side, and the worst part is that the hobbit is gonna be able to get cloaked, and Gondor won't be able to recapture this settlement thanks to the hobbit cloaking. In order to reveal him, you need to recruit now Faramir to use the warning arrow on him. He's gonna revive his hobbit. The hobbit is gonna go to the side, and the knights are being used for creeping. This creep has been taken by Gondor. 1 part of the money also goes to Gondor, but ROHAN was able to steal 1 part of the other money, and now he's trying to creep this. The Rohirrim were able to creep this one at the top left side, and now moving to the creep at the top right side. So he doesn't go for 3 knights, but ROHAN is going for 3 early Rohirrim just to outspam his opponent. While ROHAN is focusing a bit more on the quantity at the beginning of the game, Gondor focuses more on the quality because he wants to recruit 2 knights and fill up the bees and go for early upgrades. That's the strength of Gondor, so he can win the 1v1 fights. But because ROHAN is outnumbering his knights, ROHAN can always disengage and use the number advantage he has to get more creeps and more map control. And that's going to be the creep number 3.
Where can I hide?
Actually not. I think this knight took also the creep heal is going to be used. The hobbit got kind of killed though because ROHAN was fighting with him, and now Gondor can recapture the settlement. It's a good thing, but a look into the minimap can show you that it's ROHAN who is controlling the majority of the map. He's also using the blue color, but it's a different color, so it's a little bit light blue, so it's kind of easy for you to see it on the minimap. And that's going to be another easy creep for ROHAN, and that means there are no more creeps left. And after the creeping session at the beginning of the game, Rohan was able to collect 2 power points. One of them has been invested into the heal, and he has 1.5 power points now in the bank. And Gondor was able to collect nearly 2 power points, so Rohan came a little bit ahead. And he also went for Eoma, the horse lord of Rohan, who's gonna use the spear throw over and over again, slowly but surely getting up to level 4. And Gondor potentially will have the blades on all of his knights very soon, like on this one for example, and also on this one. So now if he wants to be able to continuously win the fights, he also needs to go for the heavy armor, but I think it would be a better choice to get to recruit the knight number 3. Otherwise, as you can see in the minimap, you are not able to fight against 3, and the Eoma is going to be super annoying, keep chasing you down over and over again, and eventually hit level 2, level 3, but the true spike is lying on level 4. That's great. The map is not looking that great for Gondor, we can already say that. Yes, 4 Rohirrim up on the field. Also went for Theoden King for leadership. That kind of forces you to have heavy armor. Otherwise, the leadership from Theoden is a bit stronger compared to the Forge Blades. So Gondor will have the power points he desires to get to unlock the Gan of the White. That's the power points he's looking for. And the main reason why he's not using the Elven Wood. Theoden King shall rise once again. For the Westfold, Faramir has been recruited, that's a good thing. Faramir is a counter to the Rohirrim as long as they have no leadership or upgrades. But once they have heavy armor plus they have the leadership from Theoden, Faramir will need to shoot them a lot of times to actually kill them. He needs to use the Postline Gate now. And he can always use the gate to get back to the base. Heal is going to be used next to the well. Heal is going to be used also from Rohan. It means Gondor has to retreat because they don't have the heavy armor yet. Gondor is trying his best and hardest to reclaim some of the map control. This knight might be in big trouble. Eoma is riding to him. Eoma's mission is to finish him off. And I think this knight cannot get away. He's trying to, but he's either going to die to the Rohirrim archers from behind or run into Eoma. So, you know. You need to just choose which way you want to die. Surviving wasn't really an option. And in order to counter the Rohirrim archers, you need to get the shields. It would make your knights very durable against arrows. Eoma is almost level 3, that's a good thing. But it's a matter of time. The question is not if he is gonna get rank 4. The question is when he's gonna be rank 4. That's gonna be the true question. Gondor is not super rich because he went for upgrades on his horses. Also needs to get another one because he lost one of the knights of Gondor.
We ride out for Gondor.
And he needs to pay $420 for each of these upgrades because he doesn't have the full steel bonus. You need to have at least 6 blacksmiths or more to get the full bonus, which is 40%. You get additional 10% discount for having 1 more blacksmith. So it's debatable if you should demolish one of your farms and replace it with a blacksmith instead. So he has good amount of power points, so that's good. Legolas has also been recruited. I mean, that's a nightmare now. It's very hard. Like, he can park his Legolas at the bottom side. You cannot kill him in a one-on-one situation. You need at least 2 Knights of Gondor to be able to threaten him. He can use his Rohirrim archers in the middle and all of his Rohirrim at the top side just to continuously dominate the map control. Faramir's warning arrow has been changed, so it kind of slows the enemy a little bit, which will be good when it comes to fight against Legolas. So because Lego is way faster compared to Faramir on foot, he can always hit and run, but with Faramir's warning arrow, you can make him run a bit slower to get the chance to catch up to him. He's shooting down Lego. Also, his warning arrow is going to deal a lot of damage. You can see it chunks him, and the red animation shows you that he's slowed. It's a bad fight to take, I think, for Gondor. He's getting outnumbered big time. He's trying to make it to Legolas, who is in the corner, but he's gonna get taken down by Faramir. It's a good thing. Now Faramir's unlocked his own leadership, which is more armor for the horses. Can always get this mounted and ride with his Knights of Gondor to make them a bit more durable. All of that is gonna make the Knights a bit tankier, and that will be quite helpful in every single situation. And the second Theoden is going to join the battlefield, the Knights have to retreat. because heavy armor plus leadership from Theoden is better than forge blades, heavy armor, and the shields. But Gondor is kind of doing a good job now. He has 2.4k collected in the bank. He will now try his best to save up to Gandalf. Rohan, on the other hand, is going for massive upgrades. He's gonna go for the forge blades, potentially also for the banner. Banner is a must go in my opinion. It's only 400 resources, super cheap, the cheapest upgrades in the entire game. He's always trying to melee fight the Rohirrim archers, knowing their weakness, which is their durability. They are not very tanky, they are very squishy units. And before they have the fire arrows, they don't really deal too much damage to the shielded and heavy armored knights of Gondor. And Elmo still needs a level though. He's gonna use the spear throw on... He actually cancelled it, he didn't use it. In those situations, you can use it only on the banner carrier. He's gonna use it on the banner. He used it on the one who was low. Level 2, Theoden, that's a good thing. And maybe 5 or 6 more kills on the Rohirrim, on the Gondor Knights to get them. Oh, but that's a bad thing. Oh my god, he's being catched now. That's so bad. Oh no, he got killed. The revenge from Legolas, the prince of the Midwood Elves, boys. But the map is looking good now for Gondor. That's very good. 5.4k collected, that's even better. While Gondor is Rohan is focusing more on the damage leadership part with his Theoden, Eomer, and Aragorn. Gondor is in reverse, focusing more on the armor upgrades, armor leadership from Faramir and Gandalf. But in many situations, damage leadership is just better, because at many points of the time, you need to burst the enemy target. Being more tanky to it, it's not very helpful, but being able to burst it, it's always a better choice. And there are so many projectiles now Gandalf has to be worried about. There is going to be Eomer's spear on his face, there is going to be a Hawk Strike from Legolas from downtown, and he might always go for Eowyn for another spear, and he might even go for Gimli for another X-Throw. So X-Throw, spear from Eowyn, spear from Eomer, Hawk Strike from Legolas, and in the meantime also plenty of Rohirrim archers with potentially double leadership from these two Rohirrim heroes shooting at your face non-stop. Gandalf the White approaches. Ooh, that's a nice shot. That's a nice shot. And spear throw right after one. And maybe 2 more kills. And then this leadership, which is the best leadership for the Rohirrim and Rohirrim archers, will be unlocked. And remember, you can always go for Aragorn later on too, who also provides leadership. Or maybe Knife Fighter for a bit more tankiness. He's gonna use the heal instead. And he's very close to the castle, so it looks like he's gonna be just fine. But of course, like I've talked about, the threat on Gandalf, Gandalf is always a threat to every other hero too. Especially those weak armored heroes like Legolas, Eomer, and Theoden. They will get a great chunk of damage on their face through the Easter Light, which is a click and use. It cannot be dodged. And also it has the potential to knock the enemy down. So it might knock literally, say it, Legolas down on the ground, and he can't get away. He will get finished right after. And he's also level almost 4, that's good. Level 4 will unlock the Train Archers, which you can also use on the Rohirrim Archers to give them more levels. The more levels, the more damage. The more damage, the better it is. And now the question is, what is the plan of Gondor? He might go for the combos, but he's gonna go for the marketplace instead, because combos with Faramir leadership plus their durability and they being natural a counter to the Rohirrim archers with their fire upgrades. And you can always go for Boromir too, to put him next to the combos to level up to level 4 for damage leadership. So a lot of stuff has to be done. Most of the time I see people going for the trebuchet without any protection beside Gandalf. And Rohirrim are always able to make it to the trebuchet and destroy them. And combos could prevent this from happening. Oh my god, he's close with level 4. Maybe spear throw on the one in the middle would be enough, I think, to kill him, because they are only level 1. But I think he doesn't want to use it for whatever reason. He's gonna use the spear throw on Pippin, and only one more kill. One more kill and we are talking. Now, The deadly combo between Faramir and Gandalf is also a thing. Like, he can always get dismounted, use the warning arrow on any of those heroes. In addition, with the burst of the Eastery, will always be able to one-shot Theoden, for example. He's gonna use Eastery, then it's gonna get chunked a lot, but won't be finished out of that. Gondor had the power points to go for the Great Company, but I think you might want to rush the AOD in the fastest possible way. And the fastest possible way is to go for the Gandalf the White, go for the Cloudbreak, and then in addition to that, go for the AOD. And also Cloudbreak will give you the chance to keep committing to big fights and forcing him to take the fight, because then he can't run away anymore from you. So he's gonna go for the Iron Ore first, and then going for the Grand Harvest next for the ultimate resource generation. I would not only go for the Tower Guards, I would always go for the combos, I think. Especially when you have Faramir leadership on your side, it's a good choice. Gandalf couldn't really do too much, to be honest. Rohan is doing a phenomenal job dodging him all the time. He never got the chance to blast any of this Rohirrim yet. He only used like twice Eastery, but as you can see, he barely was able to get any experience points on his Gandalf. But now the Rohirrim warriors are ready for the fight. They are ready for the fight. During this battle, the chance that Eomer is gonna unlock level 4 is also super high. Plus, in addition to that, Theoden is about to hit level 3. It means only one more level needed for the Glorious Charge, which basically allows you to face tank the blast. You don't even need to dodge it anymore. The blast won't kill your horses if they have Glorious Charge on them. Even if you put the land on the underneath, the Glorious Charge buffed Rohirrim and Rohirrim archers will survive. In those situations, what you can do is always focus down the Faramir, because Rohirrim archers are a great damage dealer to enemy heroes. Eomer is level... Oh my god, he's so close too. Why are you running? Turn and fight them. Okay, he's waiting for the reinforcements. Now he can turn and fight them. Eomer, look, I'm telling you, bro, like, the damage is crazy. He's gonna use the Eastery, but he's gonna turn on him. Gandalf is big trouble, big trouble. Heat is to be used. He's gonna use the bubble too. Heat is gonna be used on Legolas. And oh my god, he's so low. He's so lucky that this guy didn't use the Hulk Strike, which he could, and it would be enough to finish him off. Oh my god, he's on the hunt. He wants to finish off the Gandalf. Gandalf has to be hiding somewhere. He knows it. He's trying to put him into the corner and hoping that he can get away. But that's like a very awkward situation too. We need to focus on the vision from Rohan. So he doesn't know where Gandalf is, okay? But just in case he might come through the middle, there is a Legolas waiting at you to shoot you down. And now he's looking to find him in the corners. The Rohirrim are also coming. Now he was able to find him. Legolas is going to be able to shoot. Maybe the bubble? Oh my god, Legolas is going to be able to finish him off. Bubble away like 0.1 second. The cat and mouse game. Where you want to go? Nowhere to go. Nowhere is safe. Very good micro from both the players actually. It's a very awkward situation for Gondor because his army is just not capable of fighting the enemy army with the raw damage they currently have. Level 5 Rohirrim archers too. Theoden, less than a level needed for the Glorious Charge. It would also be a counter to all of these combos because you can always go for the lane, trample into them. PowerPoint wise, Rohan has almost the power points for the Ents, so he doesn't need to build the Ent mood. He can just wait a quarter to summon the Ents, which can create an opening into the enemy castle. And Gondor has less power points, which obviously makes sense because he just lost Gandalf and Faramir, which kinda is the main reason why Rohan has such a big power point lead. There is a Legolas, level 7, literally gonna one-shot your Gandalf if he catches him with Arrow Wind exclusively. He's trying to revive his heroes, but Gondor, even through the Iron Ore and the Grand Harvest, is still kind of broke because he just does not have the map control he needs. He just doesn't have it. Arrow Volley will be catching the Knights of Gondor. Look, it's gonna shoot non-stop. And even if you get away, it doesn't mean anything. You need to switch the formation, baby. A whole battalion has been taken. Now he has the power points to go for the Ent summon, which he will be choosing from the spellbook. The Ents are going to war. and the siege will begin. The siege will begin onto the gate, and the Ains are angry. Can Gandalf even make it out? He's trying to build a statue, but without leadership, these combos are literal jokes. Big commitment. Ooh, they don't even have heavy armor, bro. And that's gonna be the game, boys. Rohan took the revenge of the best foe. GG, well played. That's how you play Rohan against Gondor. Phenomenal dominance. You can see the micro with the heroes always catching and punishing the Gondor player. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. I will see you next time. Until then, take care of yourself. Keep hitting like a truck, and as always, stay beyond standards. Peace out, boys.